Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, gonna be talking about the San Francisco 49ers yet again, doing a throwback top 3 video. This time talking about the 3 head coaches of all time, in my opinion. Should be a fun one. We've had many fantastic coaches in this franchise. A couple of them have led us to a Super Bowl. A couple of them have led us to a lot of playoff berths. I think that's a really good thing right there. Gonna be talking about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 3 throwback video. It takes me a while to do these research, so hopefully you guys support this. And yeah, let's just get into it. Before I do, please like and subscribe to support my channel. That would definitely help me out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share this video, all that cool stuff. And yeah, let's just get into it. Throwback Thursday, top 3 coaches of all time. Some factors that I'm going to be considering are win-loss percentage and the impact on their team prior to when they came to the Niners. First off, number 3, George Seifert. You're wondering, why am I only putting him at number 3? He had a 77 winning percentage. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's won 10 games each of his tenure in San Francisco. Well, I think it's because of Bill Walsh, to be honest with you. If Bill Walsh was coaching this team, if he never retired that early and still kept the 1989 team all the way to 94, I think they would have won a couple more Super Bowls. Walsh is one of those coaches, those innovators that is pretty much indispensable, and I guess he was dispensable in this case because Seifert won 2 Super Bowls after him, but still, that was Bill Walsh's team. Seifert doesn't get enough credit for what they did in the first Super Bowl when they went 14-2 and destroyed the Denver Broncos in that Super Bowl 55-10. He does get a lot of credit for the 1994 team. I'll give him that with Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Ricky Watters, Deion Sanders, and them. I'll give him credit for that, but the first Super Bowl, that's more Bill Walsh in my opinion. If Walsh was there, they still would have won the Super Bowl in my opinion. Seifert's 77 winning percentage, I think that's the highest in 49er history. That gives him a lot of plus right there. He's won 10 games each. That gives him another plus as well. Made the playoffs every single year except in 1991, but even then they went 10-6. This is a very, very impressive record right here. But you know, for me, I dock him a couple of points because of Bill Walsh, and that was pretty much his team, and they were fine with or without him. Also, he did not handle the Charles Haley situation correctly. Traded him to the Dallas Cowboys, and that did not work out well for the Niners in that decade. Number 3, I think that's a pretty legit topping right there. Number 2, Jim Harbaugh. I put him over George Seifert just because of the fact that he had a little bit of a more difficult challenge in my opinion, because before Harbaugh came, from 2003 all the way to 2010, they did not have a winning season at all ever since then. And when Harbaugh came, boom, instant magical things happened. He made it to 3 straight NFC Championship games and 1 Super Bowl appearance. That is freaking amazing right there. His record speaks for itself. A 69 winning percentage in 4 years. That's amazing right there. Even his last year when they went 8-8, that was a very respectable 8-8 season. You got to remember that year he was about to get fired pretty much. I mean, there was no question about it, which kind of sucked right there. Jed York made up his mind he was going to pick Trent Baalke over Harbaugh. He still played with the season as much as he could and went a respectable 8-8. He got fired pretty much after that, which sucks. And we're still feeling the effects a little bit today ever since then. After Harbaugh got fired, we had Jim Tomsula, went 5-11. We had Chip Kelly, who went 2-14. Kyle Shanahan, he's still trying to find his footing, but we've had 2 losing seasons with him as the head coach. We haven't had a winning season since Harbaugh left the 49ers and prior to his arrival. That's a pretty big history gap right there for 49er history right there. That was a big mistake for York to fire Harbaugh, and I still am pretty pissed off to this day that happened. But hey, whatever. I'm not the owner of this team. I don't get to pick who gets to be the coach. If I was the owner, I would definitely pick Jim Harbaugh all day, all night. Harbaugh, degree of difficulty prior to when he came, and just looking at the impact that he had after he left, I think that puts him at number 2 and one of the greatest coaches of all time, even though he only coached 4 seasons with the Niners, but it's been very impactful 4 seasons. Before I get to number 1 49er head coach of all time, want to do a quick honorable mention. Going to be mentioning Steve Mariucci. Just like Harbaugh, ownership fired him in 2002, and after that, man, they felt the effects of being bad for a long time. From 2003 to 2010, they did not have a winning season. It took until Harbaugh coming in 2011 to have a winning season. Mariucci, got to give him credit. He did have a very good tenure in San Francisco, but unfortunately, it was cut very short by ownership, and whatever. Just like Harbaugh. Finally, coming in at number 1 as the greatest head coach of all time in 49er history is Bill Walsh. I mean, seriously, the innovator of offense football, West Coast offense, 3 Super Bowl titles, the Niners being crappy before he came. Come on, like, this is no question about it. Bill Walsh is the greatest head coach in 49er history, and maybe of all time, one of the most indispensable coaches of all time. I mean, the game is pretty much what it is today because of Walsh, and his teachings are still very alive in San Francisco and in this league with the West Coast offense and the way you just coach players. I feel like Bill Belichick has taken a couple of books from Bill Walsh in terms of keeping players, cutting players 1 year before it's too late, something like that. But yeah, Bill Walsh, man, greatest coach of all time. I made a video a long time ago talking about his history with his time in San Francisco, and it's been an amazing one. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott. The list can go on and on of the Hall of Famers that he coached during his time in San Francisco. 3 Super Bowl titles. Left a little too early, in my opinion. He left a very good team, and then Seifert won 2 Super Bowls after Walsh left. But really, we could have won more Super Bowls had Walsh been able to stay in San Francisco. But apparently, he had a lot of burnout, and, you know, I don't blame him. Coaching is a very stressful thing to do if you want to do this job in the NFL, especially back in those days. Pretty much, Bill Walsh, 3 Super Bowl titles, the way he's impacted the NFL then and now, the way the 49ers were beforehand, they were a bunch of losers, nothing going on with them. But when he came in, instant credibility, and we're one of the great franchises in the NFL because of Bill Walsh. Without him, we would be no franchise. We'd be like the Detroit Lions, to be honest with you, had Walsh not been with the Niners as a head coach. That's pretty much it, you guys. Wanted to do a quick top 3 head coach videos of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Did some research on this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know who the greatest head coach in 49er history is. I like to hear what you guys have to say, and if you guys like this, please like and subscribe to support my channel. That would definitely help me out a lot, and I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Go Niners all day.